This video is an introduction to the skills that are necessary for entering text into a Microsoft Excel worksheet. I will demonstrate how to enter, edit, format, save, and print a simple shopping list. Even experienced users will likely gain a deeper understanding of Excel through watching this video. First, I will demonstrate how to open Excel. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the Start button and click it using the left mouse button. This opens the Start menu. I type E. Next, I will set up an Excel icon on the taskbar. I move the mouse to position the pointer over this Excel icon. I could have just as easily chosen this one. It makes no difference. I click it using the right mouse button. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the Pin to Taskbar option and click it using the left mouse button. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the Excel icon on the taskbar and apply downward pressure to the left mouse button. Holding down the left mouse button, I drag the Excel icon to the left until it is just to the right of the File Explorer icon. I release the left mouse button. I now have a handy Excel icon on the taskbar. I click on the Excel icon using the left mouse button. The Excel Start screen appears. If the Excel Start screen doesn't fill the whole screen, I move the mouse to position the pointer over the Maximize button and click it using the left mouse button. The Excel Start screen may look like this or like this. It doesn't matter. Clicking either on this or on this will open a brand new Excel workbook, which is what I want. I click on the image of the blank workbook using the left mouse button. And here I am in a new blank workbook. I will enter the items of my shopping list in the cells of column A. This cell with the green selection border running around it is the active cell. The first item I'll add is butter. I type B-U-T-T-E-R and the word butter appears inside the active cell. I press the Enter key and the green selection border shifts down, making the second cell in column A the active cell. Next, I'll add eggs. I type EGGS and press the Enter key. The text value eggs has been entered into the second cell of column A, and the green selection border has moved down to the third cell in column A to make that the active cell. The cell containing the text value butter has the cell reference A1. The cell containing the text value eggs has the cell reference of A2. The active cell has the cell reference of A3. This box directly above the column A header displays the cell reference of the active cell. Since the cell reference of the active cell is A3, A3 is currently displayed. The label that pops up when the mouse pointer is positioned over this box reveals it is called the name box. Okay, I'll add pepper next. I type P-E-P-E. I've made a spelling mistake. I press the backspace key and type P-E-R. I press the Enter key. Cell A3 now contains the text value pepper, and the active cell has shifted down to A4. Accordingly, the name box now displays A4. Bread is next. I type B. Notice how on this occasion Excel has added the letters U-T-T-E-R highlighted in grey to autocomplete the word butter. Excel has detected that the B I just typed matches the first letter of butter, one of the text values already entered into column A, and is offering to save me some time and effort by auto-completing my data entry. If I wanted to type butter a second time in this column, Excel's auto-completion would be helpful. But right now I want to type bread, not butter. But it's not a problem. I type R, the second letter of bread, and the auto-completed text disappears. I continue typing EAD and press the Enter key. The text value bread is now in cell A4 and the active cell is now A5, which the name box confirms. The next item is strawberries. I type STR. Notice the flashing cursor that appears to the right of the text as it is being typed. I continue typing AWBERRIES. The flashing cursor remains visible to the right side of the entered text. I press the Enter key and the flashing cursor disappears. Note that the last couple of letters E and S extend past the right edge of column A. I will use Excel's Autofit feature to fix this. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the right edge of the column A header. I double-click the right edge of the header using the left mouse button. Column A is now perfectly sized to accommodate the length of the text value strawberries. Cell A6 is now the active cell, and naturally A6 appears inside the name box. Next, I will demonstrate some different modes which arise in various situations. On the left side of the status bar that runs along the bottom of the Excel window, the word Ready is displayed to indicate that Excel is in Ready mode. In Ready mode, most of the tools on the ribbon are enabled and ready for use. For demonstration purposes, I will add junk to my shopping list. I type J and Excel has switched into Enter mode. The flashing cursor is now visible to the right of the letter J that I have typed into the active cell, and many of the tools on the ribbon are grayed out or disabled. I type UNK, and as I type, Excel remains in Enter mode. I press the Enter key and Excel goes back to Ready mode. The flashing cursor has gone and all the previously grayed out tools are now enabled once again. Next, I will replace junk with cream. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the cell that contains the value junk. I click the left mouse button and the cell containing junk is now the active cell. Note, Excel is in Ready mode. I type C. Junk has been replaced by C and Excel has switched to Enter mode. Starting to type while Excel is in Ready mode automatically switches Excel into Enter mode. When Excel switches into Enter mode, any pre-existing data in the active cell, like the word junk, is cleared to make way for new data to be entered. I type R and Excel remains in Enter mode. I continue typing EAM and Excel is still in Enter mode. Enter mode allows new data to be entered into the active cell, but any data that the active cell contained prior to Excel switching into Enter mode is completely replaced. I press the Enter key and Excel immediately returns to Ready mode. I now have the text value cream in cell A6 and the active cell is A7. The word junk is gone. In this case, that's exactly what I want. The next item on my shopping list is shampoo. I type S. Excel auto-completes what I'm typing to form strawberries because strawberries is a text value that already exists in column A and is a text value that starts with the letter S. I ignore the autocompletion and type H, A, M, P, O and press the Enter key. I needed to type one additional letter O to complete the word shampoo, but I pressed the Enter key too early. I now have shampoo in cell A7 and the active cell has moved down to A8. I need to add the missing O to complete shampoo. What should I do? I move the mouse to position the pointer over A7 and click the left mouse button to make A7 the active cell. Excel is in ready mode. Remember, junk was cleared from the active cell when I typed C earlier on, because typing C caused Excel to switch from ready mode to enter mode. I don't want to clear shampoo from the active cell. I simply want to add O to the end of shampoo. If I type O now, could it be any different? Let's see. Excel is currently in ready mode. I type O and it's exactly the same as before. The already existing text value shampoo has been cleared to make way for the newly typed O, and the status bar reports that Excel has switched to enter mode. I need Excel to behave differently so that the pre-existing cell value remains available so that I can append the missing O. First, I will cancel out of enter mode using the ESC key, which is located at the top left of the computer keyboard. I press the S key, which brings back shampoo into the active cell, and Excel is switched back into ready mode. Everything is how it was immediately before I tried typing the missing O. This time I will demonstrate how the formula bar can be used to switch Excel into edit mode. The formula bar is the very wide box that occupies the area just above the column headers. Like the active cell, the formula bar contains the text value shampoo. Remember, Excel is in ready mode. If I type now, shampoo will be replaced with whatever I type. I move the mouse to position the pointer inside the formula bar to the right of the text value shampoo, where I need a second O. I click the left mouse button. The status bar immediately reports Excel is in edit mode. In the formula bar, there is a flashing cursor just to the right of the text value shampoo, exactly where I need to type the second letter O. What will happen if I type O now? I type O, and a second O appears to the right of shampoo to form the word shampoo. Excel is still in edit mode. I press the Enter key, and now I have the correctly spelled text value shampoo in cell A7. Cell A8 is now designated the active cell. There is nothing in the active cell, so there is nothing visible in the formula bar. And Excel has switched out of edit mode and is back in ready mode. So whenever it is necessary to edit the value of an active cell, simply clicking into the formula bar puts Excel into edit mode. Any pre-existing value contained in the active cell is then available for editing. Next, I will insert honey on a new row between bread and strawberries. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the header of row 5, the row just below bread, and I click once with the left mouse button. I now have row 5 selected. Notice that when a row is selected, one of the cells is white, but all the other cells are shaded grey. The white cell is the active cell, A5, as the name box confirms. With row 5 selected, I will use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+Plus to insert a new row. I hold down the Ctrl and Shift keys with the little and ring fingers of my left hand and briefly press the plus key with the index finger of my right hand. A brand new row has been inserted. I release the Ctrl and Shift keys. The row containing strawberries and all the items below have been shifted down to make room for the new row. So the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+Plus can be used to insert a new row in the position of a selected row. Row 5 remains selected. The active cell is the white cell within the selected cell range. The active cell is A5. I type HONEY and press the Enter key. Note that the active cell is now B5. Pressing the Enter key when a range of cells is selected shifts the active cell to the next cell within the selected range. Toothpaste is the next item. I move the mouse to position the pointer over cell A9 and click the left mouse button. This selects the single cell A9. Whenever a single cell is selected, that cell is made the active cell. I type TOOTHPASTE and press the Enter key. The text value toothpaste occupies cell A9 and A10 is selected and therefore made the active cell. Next, I will edit the existing text value pepper so that it reads white pepper. I move the mouse to position the pointer over cell A3, the cell containing pepper, and click with the left mouse button to select A3 and make it the active cell. Next, I will make Excel switch into edit mode. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the formula bar just to the left of the text value pepper, roughly where I want to add the word white. I click the left mouse button. A flashing cursor inside the formula bar tells me Excel has switched into edit mode. The status bar verifies that Excel is in edit mode. I type W-H-I-T-E and a space. Everything is looking good. I press the Enter key and I have white pepper in cell A3. Next, I want to use a second column to provide a category for each item on the shopping list. I move the mouse to position the pointer over cell B1 and click the left mouse button to position the active cell to the right of butter. Butter is in the dairy category. I type D-A-I-R-Y. I press the Enter key and the active cell moves down to B2 to the right of eggs. Eggs are also in the dairy category. I type D. Excel auto-completes the text to give me the full word dairy. This time Excel has got it right. I merely press the Enter key and the text value dairy occupies B2, while the active cell shifts down to B3. White pepper is in the spices category. I type S-P-I-C-E-S and press the Enter key. Bread is in the bakery category. I type B-A-K-E-R-Y and press the Enter key. Honey is in the spreads category. I type S. Because I have already included a text value that begins with S in column B, Excel has auto-completed my text entry as spices. I don't want spices, so I type P, the second letter of the word spreads. The auto-completed text remains because spices also shares the same second letter as spreads. I type R. The auto-completed text disappears. I continue typing EADS and press the Enter key. Strawberries are in the fruit and veg category. I type FRUIT space ampersand space VEG and press the Enter key. Cream is another item in the dairy category. I type D and Excel autocompletes dairy for me. I press the Enter key. Shampoo is in the personal care category. I type PERSONAL space CARE and press Enter. Personal care spills over the right edge of column B. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the right edge of the column B header. I use the left mouse button to double-click the right edge of the column B header, and the width of column B adjusts to auto-fit the text value personal care. Toothpaste is also in the personal care category. I simply type P and Excel auto-completes personal care for me. I press the Enter key, and now every item on my shopping list has been assigned to a category. Next, I will move cream to position it with the other dairy items. First, I need to select the row that contains cream. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the header of row 7, the row containing cream, which is the item I wish to move. I click the header of row 7 using the left mouse button. Next, I will use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+X to indicate the row I am intending to cut and insert somewhere else. I hold down the Control key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the X key with the index finger of the same hand. I release the Control key. Note, the green selection border has become dotted and animated to indicate that the selected row has been identified as the row I intend to cut. Next, I will indicate where I want the cut row to be inserted. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the header of row 3, the row immediately below the other dairy items, butter and eggs. I click the row 3 header with the left mouse button. Next, I will use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+Plus, which I used previously to insert a new blank row. This time, however, Ctrl+Shift+Plus will function to insert the animated row containing cream rather than a new blank row. I hold down the Ctrl and Shift keys with the little and ring fingers of my left hand, and I briefly press the plus key with the index finger of my right hand. I release the Ctrl and Shift keys. The cut row containing cream has been inserted into row 3. The rows containing white pepper, bread, honey and strawberries have all shifted down to accommodate the changed position of the row that contains cream. Next, I will add some titles. I will begin by selecting 3 rows. I position the mouse pointer over the header of row 1 and click the left mouse button. This selects row 1, but because I want to select 3 rows, I hold down the Shift key with my left ring finger and move the mouse to position it over the row header for row 3 and click with the left mouse button. This selects 3 rows. I release the Shift key. Now to insert 3 new rows. I press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl, Shift and Plus, and 3 new rows are inserted at the top of my shopping list. I type SHOPPING space as the main title. The text value shopping list appears in the active cell, which is A1. I press the Enter key. The text value shopping list appears in cell A1. I used the left mouse button to click on cell A3 to make it the active cell. I type item, I-T-E-M. I press the Tab key instead of the Enter key. The Tab key shifts the selection border one cell to the right to make cell B3 the active cell. I type category, C-A-T-E-G-O-R-Y, and press the Enter key. Notice that on this occasion the selection border has moved down and to the left. Apparently, Excel has learned the pattern of my recent data entry and has predicted that I would want to continue my data entry in cell A4. Sometimes it is difficult to predict what Excel might do. Next, I will increase the font size of the main title shopping list. I left-click on cell A1, the cell containing the text value shopping list, so that it is selected. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the font size drop-down button, which is in the font group on the home ribbon. I left-click the font size drop-down button and I left-click on 20. The text value shopping list has increased in size and the row height has also increased. Next, I will make the two column headings item and category bold. First, I will select the cell range A3 to B3. I left-click on cell A3. Hold down the Shift key and left-click cell B3. I release the Shift key. The green selection border surrounds both cells. I will use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+B to make the contents of the selected cells bold. I hold down the Ctrl key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the B key with the index finger of the same hand. Both the column headings are now bold. Next, I will save the workbook. The best way to save a workbook for the first time is to press the F12 key or function F12 on a laptop. I press F12. I will give my workbook the name Shopping List followed by today's date. I type SHOPPING space LIST space 2026 hyphen 01 hyphen 20 and left click the Save button. At the top of the screen, a message indicates that the workbook has been saved to this PC. Next, I will print my shopping list. I turn on my printer. The keyboard shortcut for printing is Ctrl+P. I hold down the Ctrl key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the P key with the index finger of my right hand. I now have the print dialog on my screen. The right side of the print dialog screen shows the print preview. By default, the grid lines of a worksheet do not show up in a printout. I would like to see the cell borders on this part of my shopping list. I press the S key to exit the print dialog screen. A dotted line now appears between columns I and J. Dotted lines appear on a worksheet to indicate page breaks after the print dialog screen has been viewed. My shopping list doesn't go across the dotted line, therefore all of my shopping list will fit on one single page. Next, I will apply printable borders to the range of cells containing the shopping list items. First, I will select the range A3 to B12. I position the mouse pointer over cell A3. I left click on cell A3. I hold down the Shift key with the ring finger of my left hand. I keep holding down the Shift key and left click on cell B12. I release the Shift key. I now have the range A3 to B12 selected. I move the mouse pointer over the drop-down arrow of the Borders tool located in the font group of the Home ribbon. I click the left mouse button to bring up the Borders menu and left click on the All Borders option. I press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+P to enter the print dialog again. I left click on the zoom button in the bottom right corner of the print dialog to take a closer look. I still think the shopping list looks a little plain. I would like the cells that contain the column headings to have a light grey fill colour. I press the Escape key to exit the print dialog. Before I change the fill colour of the column headings, I will need to select the relevant range of cells. I left click on cell A3. I hold down the Shift key with the ring finger of my left hand and I left click on cell B3. I release the Shift key. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the drop-down arrow of the Fill Color tool that's in the font group of the Home ribbon. I left click the drop-down arrow. I left click on the lightest grey color patch. I left click on cell D1 to better see what it all looks like. I'm happy with that. I will press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+P to view the print dialog again. I'll just zoom out and there's the printed page. It all looks good. I'll print. I left click the print button to print one copy. It's printing. Let's see what it printed out like. So there it is. It's printed out okay. Exactly what it looks like on the screen. So I'm happy with that. I will now use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+S to save the workbook. I hold down the Control key with the little finger of my left hand and use the index finger of the same hand to briefly press the S key. It says that it's saved. I'm not planning to add anything else to this shopping list, but next I will demonstrate how to clear data from cells. I left click on cell A7. The cell containing white pepper. Note, Excel is in ready mode. I press the delete key on the keyboard. The text value white pepper has been completely cleared from cell A7. Note, Excel is still in ready mode. I left click on cell A9. I hold down the shift key with the ring finger of my left hand. I left click on cell B11 and I press the delete key. All the cells in the range A9 to B11 are now empty. I left click on the header of row 5. I press the delete key. All the cells in row 5 are now empty. I click on the rectangle to the left of the column A header and just above the row 1 header to select the whole worksheet. The whole worksheet is now selected. I press the delete key. Every cell on my worksheet is now empty. I left click on cell A1 purely to make things easier to see. The delete key clears the contents from selected cells but leaves the formatting intact. Next, I will demonstrate the use of the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Z to undo some recent actions. I hold down the Control key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the Z key with the index finger of the same hand. My last clear action has been undone. I press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Z again. The cell values I cleared from row 5 have been restored. I press Ctrl+Z again. The cell values I cleared from the range A9 to B11 have been restored. I press the undo shortcut key Ctrl+Z once again. The text value white pepper has been restored to cell A7. Next, I will demonstrate how to delete rows and columns. First, I'll demonstrate how to delete 3 rows. I left click on the header of row 4. I hold down the shift key with the ring finger of my left hand, and while I continue holding it down, I left click on the header of row 6. I release the shift key. I now have all the items in the dairy category selected. Next, I will use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Minus to delete the selected rows. I hold down the Ctrl key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the minus or hyphen key with the index finger of my right hand. The rows with the dairy items have now been removed. This is very different from what happened when I used the delete key to clear cells. This time no empty cells have been left. Next, I will insert some columns. I left click the header of column A. I hold down the Shift key with the ring finger of my left hand. I left click the header of column B. I release the Shift key. I now have two columns selected, which will allow me to use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Shift+Plus to insert two new columns. You might remember that I used Ctrl+Shift+Plus to insert new rows earlier. Ctrl+Shift+Plus can be used to insert columns as well as rows. I hold down the Ctrl and Shift keys with the little and ring fingers of my left hand and briefly press the plus key with the index finger of my right hand. I now have two blank columns to the left of my shopping list. To delete the newly inserted columns, I can simply use the Ctrl+ keyboard shortcut. I hold down the Ctrl key with the little finger of my left hand and I press the minus or hyphen key with the index finger of my right hand. The two newly inserted columns have been deleted. I will now use the Ctrl+Z keyboard shortcut to undo the last few steps. I hold down the Ctrl key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the Z key with the index finger of the same hand. I now have the two columns I just deleted back again. I press Ctrl+Z a second time. I am now back to the stage before I inserted the two columns. I press Ctrl+Z a third time. Now I'm back to when I still had 3 dairy items on my shopping list. Being able to undo recent actions is an invaluable feature of Excel. In fact, it's a lifesaver. Next, I will use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+S to save the workbook one last time before I close it. I hold down the Ctrl key with the little finger of my left hand and briefly press the S key with the index finger of the same hand. I release the Ctrl key. I check the message at the top of the screen that informs me the workbook has been saved. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the X in the top right corner and click it with the left mouse button. And that's the workbook closed. Next, to open the workbook again, I move the mouse to position the pointer over the bottom edge of the screen to bring up the Windows taskbar. You won't need to do this if your taskbar is never hidden. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the Excel icon I created at the start of the video and click it using the left mouse button. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the name of the workbook I saved moments earlier and click it with the left mouse button. Here I am back in the shopping list workbook. OK, I'll close it again. I move the mouse to position the pointer over the X in the top right corner and click it with the left mouse button. The thing is, you need to be able to retain all these skills. Being shown how to perform a skill is essential, but the key to deep learning is making use of what you've been shown. Creating your own shopping list in Excel, printing it out, using it and modifying it over time is a practical way to form the long-lasting neural connections you need to gain deep understanding. If you don't quite remember how to do something, please use the links in the description below and dive back in to watch the relevant parts of this video. If you find this video is helpful, please remember to like, subscribe and comment below. Thank you.